course. And then in case you cried.
Yeah, you're gonna need that.
Yes.
I think I would be a terrible interview with all the emotion. But one thing that's really interesting about this that I know had to affect my father at the time of the flood was 1 month earlier, in early May of 1953. Daddy had already gone to Japan ahead of us, set up for our house and everything. But we were still in Texas, a town named Waco. WACO is the town where I was born in Texas. And in early May of that year, 1953, 1 month before the flood, we were still in the United States.
Oh, you were in it. Okay.
Right. But we went over there. Daddy was in Japan. We, my brother, my mom, and I, we were still in the United States in May of 1953. And on May the 11th in Waco, Texas, it was, this was before the time of early warning for tornadoes and big storms. On that date, there was a tragic, huge F5 tornado in Waco, Texas, while we were living there. And Daddy heard about it when he was in Japan. But in those days, I mean, it was, I think still it's the worst tornado in loss of life in the history of Texas. And for, let's see, 114 people were killed that day.
Wow.
And more than 1,600 buildings completely destroyed. So when Dad heard about this, and he's in Japan, in those days, you didn't just pick up the phone in Japan and call in the United States, especially one that has been just destroyed by a horrible storm. So for a couple of days, he did not know if we were alive. So
why?
There's a young man, so he would have been about 30 years old, 31 maybe. And so he had gone through that himself to worry about his family. Did they survive? So I think since that was so recent, like 1 month before the flood, was this big tragedy in the town where we lived, and he was panicked and he could not get in touch with us. It took a few days, but the Red Cross somehow, through the Red Cross, they were able to tell him your family is safe.
Okay.
So, you know, that was fresh on his mind a month later in Japan when the flood happened. So that's just something that occurred to me really just today when I was thinking about the timing. I thought, you know, of course he would want to help in a flood because somebody helped us. Or, I don't know, just because the tragedy in Waco, Texas was so devastating, especially to him personally, even though we survived.
Right.
He didn't know for sure. Yeah.
So you are, and then you went to Japan, 1950.
Right then, right before the flood, I think. I can make sure, I can check his military records and make sure, but I think we got there shortly before the flood.
Wow.
But either way, I think his heart was affected by the fact that a big tragedy had happened in his own hometown in the United States. So there he was in Japan and gave him an opportunity to save lives over there because so many lives were lost in our home.
Okay. Yeah, he want to save the people. So that's why he didn't wait order. He just
That's right. He just went as fast as he could. Because things happen fast. You know, a tornado goes through fast, a flood goes through so fast. You don't have time to wait. too many lives in danger.
Wow.
But he got in trouble for doing that without permission. But I think I may have told you before, his commanding officer, very angry with him, and he was in a lot of trouble until I think it must have been the mayor of Ashia, maybe?
Yes, Ashia,
One
yes.
of the mayor contacted the commander of the base to thank him for the soldiers helping.
Yes.
The airmen helping. So then they decided not to punish my dad because they had to give him a very high honor. It's called the Soldier's Medal.
Yes, and I didn't know he's super.
Yeah, I don't know if we should say that or not. But I don't know his name, so you know he won't be in trouble with bad publicity. And I'm sure he's no longer living. But his family might not want people to know that, whoever they are. But what happens in the military is if as an airman like my dad, under your command, gets such a high honor, then you also get the same honor.
Yes, that's
how it works. So even though he didn't want Dad doing that, he still shared. He also got the Soldier's Medal, same as Daddy.
Yeah, that's sounds unfair, but it's a military.
Yeah, it's true. But that's how it works. But it's called the Soldier's Medal for heroism. In peacetime, it's the highest honor you can be given outside of war. In combat, you can get such a high honor, but in peacetime, that is the most high honor you can be given.
Yes.
So since he was given that, they couldn't court-martial him for saving lives. So it worked out.
Yeah, so that's why we want to share. I had an opportunity to send a letter to the ambassador American ambassador in Japan, and I wrote about your father. We are looking for some Japanese woman and I'm really looking for a Japanese woman, and also I want to let you know Americans helped the Japanese soon after World War II, and I want to give him new information.
Okay.
Yes. And yeah, I'm searching for military veterans who might know your father or who was stationed in Asia.
Yeah.
They should also honored, and we'd like to thank you. Yeah.
I can't believe how much you're doing. This is really very kind of you.
And I want to join to the Facebook page of veterans, but they don't allow me because they're only for veterans. They ask me when we're gonna join the group. They make the people write down the date who joined the military or yeah, that's why I came. And I send the messages around here. Who knows the military history, send a message and friend request, and I'm looking for somebody who's stationed in Asia. And do you know that Tomodachi operation in Showa in 1953?
It's going to be hard to find anybody. My dad would be now 97.
Yes, you said that. Yeah, so maybe
most of them are gone a long time ago.
Normally, sons like to join the military too, right? The military family's son.
Yeah.
I expecting maybe. Okay. That's what we are doing. And hi, Peggy-san, may I ask a question? So the live is maybe, it depends.
What? Oh, I see.
Live.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And then first, they are going to talk about it. We are studying kamishibai. Yes, and Japanese lady, kamishibai. I am so sorry using. I searched the Google, it said picture story show.
Yeah.
But it's actually like we have some pictures and the storytelling and the change the pictures as the storytelling with pictures.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, like a slideshow. Like
yes.
Slideshow. Yeah. Okay.
Human slideshow, yes.
Human slideshow.
Yes. This is very common tool to educate kids and even for the adults. It's very familiar to that style, the human's voice. So Peggy, did you read English translation of Kamishibai about the flood? I will send you again.
Okay, I've read everything you sent, but
yes, because I send a lot, so I can send it again. But the storytelling will be all Japanese because the emotion. Or do you want somebody to read in English too?
That'd be nice. Yeah, I would. I mean, but it might not hurt. It might not help anybody except me. You know, if it's going to be broadcast in Japan, or maybe you have a lot of Americans in Japan. Right?
The lady, she's very good at reading. So maybe first she read Japanese, and then next, so Japanese American girl can read English version for you.
Yeah, okay.
It works?
Sure.
Okay. But she's not good at reading, I guess, just a read a sentence. But the Japanese lady just tried to like a drama, so she can read very well.
Okay.
So, but your request is you need English. Okay.
Yeah, if it's okay with them, it's probably going to make it more difficult for them to do that.
I have a student who is Japanese American or yes, born here, raised by Japanese parents, and she speaks English fluently, so she can read it for you.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
And next, so far as Japanese woman said, we are going to have this meeting, a Kamishibai show. And then she asked me how we can have this meeting. So I'm going to talk, well, maybe I should introduce you first. Okay. Or Peggy-san desu. This is Peggy. Hi. Peggy-san, let me share the screen. Do you mind? I can share this to explain how we meet. And this is a Japanese version. I made a slideshow and YouTube video.
You did?
Yes. Oh, I didn't show you the short video.
You did show me a video, but it's been a while.
Yes. ビデオは I'm thinking to make this all English sometime. じゃあ、これは This video is mainly we are looking for 節子さん. I have so many videos. これ.
You know what? Excuse me for interrupting.
Yeah.
But instead of having the whole thing in Japanese and then the whole thing again in English, that would take up a lot of time. We definitely want them to say the whole thing in Japanese, of course. But maybe could the Japanese American lady type in on the screen for me to read it in English so that they wouldn't have to repeat the whole thing again?
Oh, so maybe the chat.
Like subtitles, as if she could type in English to me as the other lady is speaking in Japanese, then it wouldn't take up so much time.
Okay.
You know how, have you ever used the subtitles on your television?
No, I have never.
Okay, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, is that as the words are being spoken, they're also being written out across the bottom of the screen.
Okay, even in Zoom?
I've never seen it done in Zoom.
Okay, I can think of that, yes. And I already have an English script, so maybe I can put the chat section, chat box, maybe.
I wish I knew more about Zoom.
Yes, me too. Okay. これです。雨降り。
I'm sorry?
はい、ペギーさん。this
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you're still.
Yeah, I saw that one. You.
This is looking for Sachiko, and then do you mind sharing these pictures?
No, not at all.
And then so we're going to, this is I zoom a lot. Let's see your father. And this is flat. And the numbers are the dead people 20, but the houses were 30,744. That area. But in Ongamachi, where they are living, they don't have anyone died.
Oh, good.
They help each other. They have good communication. And also your fathers, American soldiers, help. So
yeah, help save lives. Good.
Yeah, thank you for your dad's contribution. This is our.
Oh yeah, he was happy to do it. So it's just the right thing to do, you know. People were.
I think this is a great video.
That's just how he was always that way his whole life.
And I read it in Japanese here. Yeah, wonderful. I'm so tired.
Okay, good. Oh, thank you. You're
Yes,
gonna make me careful. You're gonna make me cry now.
Yeah, because I almost cried when
you
almost cried. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Daddy was he like a lot of people, he joined the war like almost all Americans did when they were very young. I think he was 19 when he signed up. His mother made him wait till he graduated high school. So because his two older brothers already had volunteered, you know.
And then this is also any messages are fine. And also I introduced the song "You Angels Among Us." I don't know.
Will there be a translation of the words of that song?
Maybe I can find one, or I can do it. Do you want to share that? I want.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great song.
で、これと、でね、one more thing I want you to check if you are okay. And I briefly how I met, and also about your father in Japanese.
Good, okay.
Or so you want to speak, I'm wondering which is better. I introduce you and you speak first. You talk about your memories in Japan, or let me explain how we met and what we are doing, and why this Kamishibai. I want to use this. So is this okay? So today we have a Peggy, and I introduce myself. I'm a Japanese culture consultant, and this is why I met Peggy. And here Peggy McDowell Oliver is always here with us. And first, let me explain about how we met. and how the Kamishibai and also Zoom meeting happened. The story behind this meeting. Then I explained Peggy-san is living in Waco, which is a little bit far away from, 2 hours away from Dallas. And she wanted to know what is this kimono, what this kimono means. And then we
wait. I don't live in Waco now.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
We lived in Waco at that time when Daddy first went to Japan.
Okay.
He left from Waco. We stayed in Waco so he could arrange for us to come over there. But now I don't live in Waco.
Oh.
I live here in Plano.
You live in Plano?
Yeah.
Hey, I thought I have been in, well, oh, I thought you have been, oh, we live so close.
Yeah. Yeah, the Japan America Society is right here in Plano.
Yes.
Yeah, it's close to my home.
So we are neighbors.
You live in Plano too?
I live in, yeah, Richard, I'm very close to the Japan America Society. Yes.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe my brain still have Waco. And then if they pass, okay. Now you live in Texas.
Yeah, I'm seeing my pain doctor is in Richardson.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
on Renner Road.
Yes, on Renner Road.
That's where one of my doctors is.
Good. So you are living in Plano. So we are neighbors. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but Peggy-san asked what this kimono is like. Got to know about kimono. And then Japan American Society asked me to talk with you. And then it's due to COVID-19. We met on Zoom. Mm-hmm. And then she talked about stay in Japan. And when she was 3 or maybe 2, I said 3 or 4 years, but you might be a little younger.
Yeah, I lived there for 2 years.
Okay. Do you remember you were 3 or 4?
I was 2 and 3, and then when I was 4. Oh yeah, 2 years. Because when I was 4, we went back to the U.S.
Ah, okay. 24, and then your brother is 2 years older.
He is.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we did Zoom today.
Yeah, good thing.
Yes, good thing. Okay, and then this is a picture. This is Peggy-san. This is her father and brother. And this, normally Americans big smile on the face when they took a picture, but you look sad. So this is the day you see your mom off to the States.
Yeah, that's the day she left.
Okay, and then I can say that your mother left, and then this is a kimono you were wearing. Mm-hmm. And also you wear a geta, wooden, I guess, geta and tabi.
Shoes.
Yes.
This garment, this little kimono, was more loved than any garment I've ever had. And that's why I wanted a kimono in the first place.
Okay.
So when I saw one was for sale online, I said, oh, this is so beautiful. I would love to have another kimono.
Oh, that's why you have a uchiga. I was wondering why you bought that one.
Yeah, I'd only seen it online. I didn't know it was a big, heavy, uncomfortable thing. I wanted a nice kimono for me to remind me, because I love the kimono so much. And I thought, I would love to have a really nice kimono that I thought I could wear around the house like I did when I was a little girl. But after I purchased it, when I went to pick it up and I saw it, I went, wow, this is big and heavy. And
yes.
It's not comfortable to wear. I cannot wear this around the house.
Yes.
It's not comfortable at all. It weighs a ton. So it's very bulky, you know?
Yes.
And I'm going, what is this? And that's why I said, well, this must be some kind of special kimono, which is why I contacted the man I contacted to say, what can somebody tell me about this kimono? Because it looks very, very special, but I don't know what it is. And I can't really use it around the house, but I'd like to know about it. So he said, oh, you should speak to Motoko Ishihara. She could tell you all about it. So that's how I got in touch with you. So I could learn, what is this?
Yes, thank you for contacting me.
Sure. I'm so glad I did.
Yes.
I mean, I had no idea.
Yes, you didn't have any idea we can honor your father.
Oh, no, I just wanted to know, what is this kimono? Because this is not what I thought I was getting, but it looks very special.
Yes,
so I'd like for someone to tell me about it.
Yeah,
and
usually.
He said you.
Oh, your friend knows. Okay.
No, I don't know him. I just contacted the Japan America Society.
Yes.
To say, who could tell me what this is, because I'd like to know about this beautiful kimono.
Yes, and the Japan American Society sent me an email. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Peggy, this is your father, and then during the flood disaster, he can organize a volunteer and help the Japanese civilians. And then, I don't know, maybe this is in Japanese, so I explained your father's story. He uses robot from the military, and when his commanding officer asked him to return it, he said return it later. And then he himself get into the water and help women and children. And then
a lot of men did. They tied themselves together with rope around the waist, so they made like a chain on a long rope, so they could bring people out without getting swept away by the flood.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Daddy said, yeah, I will return all this equipment as soon as all these people are safe. So he did.
Wow, okay. And then
it was very, very dangerous for the soldiers, because that's why they had to use rope to secure themselves with rope to the trucks and the vehicles, and then to each other to go, because if they just went out into that rushing water, they would be swept away too. So they had to keep a hold of the rope that was anchored.
Okay.
That's how they brought the people back, by going by the rope, bringing them. So I don't know if you probably did read that newspaper article, the old newspaper article, that during the rescue, I think a dike or something broke, a dam broke or something, and then this.
Yes, that's a picture. The dam is broken. Yes.
Right, and while they were out there, it broke, and this huge wave of water, wall of water came down on them,
right.
And they would have been killed had they not been secured with ropes, So it was very dangerous, and it got worse as they were doing it, but they all survived. They're all okay.
Yes, I read the newspaper, and then they mentioned the place, Nakama and Nagata. And then after he came back to the States, he received a soldier's medal. And this is the highest medal during the peacetime.
It is, yeah.
And so he is, this is a picture, it might be a party or the meeting of the locals in power and authority.
Yes, and I know a lot of these men are the American men, as well as Japanese men that work together on the police force. Daddy was in charge of police in Japan, air police. And so he worked with civilian Japanese police too. So that's what these American men here, they're American soldier police for the base, as is Daddy. And then I think a lot of these Japanese men are also police officers and government, Japanese government. That's what I think. That's very formal, huh?
Yes, I guess so, because it might be after a flood, cleaning everything.
Maybe.
Maybe, yes. It's a huge, yes.
That's a really good guess. I don't know of any other reason they would have such a huge gathering at a formal dinner.
Yes, this is very formal, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they drink sake, so this is like a celebration, or just. And then this is a kindergarten and teacher.
My brother's in that class. Let's see. Okay,
It is too small, but I may make it bigger.
Okay. Maybe so people can recognize the teacher. That'd be good. Did I tell you which one is my brother? Do you need to know?
Yes, which one? Yeah, you told me.
Okay, so
in the middle, or
if you center on the teacher and then move to the left, he would be, yeah. So there's a blonde boy. The second boy is a blonde boy, right?
Here?
Yeah, that's not my brother.
Okay.
I'm just trying to count. So that's the blonde boy's number 2. So move to the left. 3, 4, 5, 6. Dave is number 6 in the dark shirt.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's him.
Here.
No. 2 more. Nope.
Him.
No. See the little girl in the white dress in the front?
Yes.
No, to the left.
Okay.
There's a lot of white dresses. Go over 2 more.
2 more.
No, the girls. On the girls.
2 more. Yes.
So he's standing behind the 4th girl from the left.
He wears a collar.
Yeah.
With collar.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Dave.
じゃあ。Okay, わかりました。So later, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, from the teacher's arm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, he's
okay.
6.
I forgot his name.
Dave?
Dave, okay. D-A?
D-A-V-I-D, David.
Okay, David.
We'll call him Dave.
Hi. And so this is, I write about, you told me about your memory, and then this is, ありがとう、節子さん。Thank you, 節子.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. And you mentioned about the Japanese, you still remember 心配ない Hi. Ohayo.
What is わかりますか? わかりますか? I don't understand.
わかりますか? はい、ちょっと待って。わかりますか? But these things, maybe you can speak in English. Oh, I'm going to translate.
Oh, okay. So is that thank you, Satsuko?
Yes.
They're in the red.
Yes, this is arigato. Thank you, Setsuko. And then this is, so Setsuko spoke to me in Japanese. Sometimes she speaks English. And your memory, it said the house looks like a Japanese house. And you remember punch the screen, showed you screen. And the geta was difficult, uncomfortable to wear. And you remember wearing socks, tabi, and the memory, the dinner, you were scared to cry. You cried to see the eyes of the fish.
The fish. Yep.
And also your father was getting along with local police. This is what I write in Japanese.
Okay.
And then, okay. So I just give them, Setsuko-san is this person. And this picture. But this picture, why? Your father has this picture.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Setsuko-san gave your father.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Or he may have taken the picture. I don't know if he went to the wedding.
Oh, he went to the wedding?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wish I knew. Maybe he did go to the wedding and maybe he took the picture, but it looks actually better than most of his pictures. So I'm thinking maybe somebody else took the picture and she gave to us.
Somebody told me Setsuko's husband looks like non-Japanese. He doesn't look like Japanese. But for me,
he's different. I don't. Yeah, he looks maybe half American. Do you think?
Do you think? I have never thought of that. But some people said he doesn't look like Japanese. He's kind of big.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but sure he is big. But the way he dressed kimono is very well matched, suited. So that's I think.
I wonder if he was maybe half English or half American or
he might be half American,
French or something. Could be some European. I don't know. He does look like he could be part European, maybe.
Okay, so Setsuko-san might be in the States. Yeah, so many brides went to the States.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Ashia, when I contacted Ashia, there was one American who visited Ashia to find a woman he liked.
Really?
Yes.
Shopping?
It was, they said, 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yes. And then this is a picture, and then also I just summed up your father. It was 1953. Oh, it's 間違ってるね. June 25th. The flat was so big, and this is a 20 victims and casualties, 231, and he helped. And then also, Setsuko-san helped you, take care of you. So these two person bridges two countries.
Yeah.
And then 68 years ago, you are coming to say, well, maybe you are trying to find a thank you to Setsuko, but instead you can say to the thank you for those Onga area. So because of the Kamishibai woman's parents or local people.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you a question. Is Onga like a county? Would be
Yes,
here?
Onga is a county, yes.
Okay.
And then also Ongamachi, Ashiyamachi town. Ashia and Onga is a town just next to. Because I couldn't find any information in Ashia, so I just moved to Ongamachi. Maybe Setsuko-san lived next village and come to your home. So
Right.
It was luckily we get something and somebody who really want to help us. And I didn't know, and also one of the picture Kamishibai, the last scene, 13 Americans come and rescue. They included the story.
Yeah, well, you understand, after my mother left, she took care of us all the time. Right?
Yes.
So she would have had to move in with us, you know, after mom left, or I'm not sure if she was already living with us. I really don't know. I wish I did know.
Yeah, but she has been with you all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because mom was on the other side of the world.
Right.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
And then I write this as Setsuko-san. It might be Sachiko. I don't know. But she, hi. Hi.
This is Gary.
Yeah, I've been working and heard my wife talking, so I decided to come up and listen a little bit.
Well,
Yes.
this is my friend Mokoto.
Yeah.
This is Gary.
Hi,
Gary
Makoto.
Hi, nice. Motoko. Nice. Gary?
Yes, Gary.
Yeah, Gary, nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
Yes,
You're
you-
wonderful.
Yeah, the beautiful wife.
Yeah, I love her. She's wonderful.
Thank you both.
Yes.
Thank you both. You're
Yeah.
both
Yeah,
so sweet.
And I was so touched with her father's story. Her father helped Japanese during the flood.
I am too. And she's a wonderful writer, and she's written stories about
Yes.
her dad that bring tears to my eyes. He
Yes.
was a very good man and would do the right thing.
Mm.
So,
Yes, and then we are trying to get to the American Air Force. They should know that.
yes,
This is one of the biggest friendship
Yeah.
operation. And
Yeah.
it is soon after World War II, because we were enemies just a few years ago, 8 years ago.
yeah,
So, and it's a role model
yes,
Mhm.
as a person too. So I think this is a very meaningful to introduce her father, and then also the Japanese woman who took care of Peggy. And
Mhm.
Peggy wanted to say thank you to her.
Yes.
And we are looking,
Yes.
and Japanese try to very hard to find Setsuko, the woman,
Yes.
to send, to give back for his kindness.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this is how we are going to do a Zoom meeting, and then they want to do live streaming, so many people can watch or share the information. Do you agree?
I do.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, yeah,
You have to ask her.
yes. She's just
Yeah.
worried about it. She's becoming
Emotional.
too emotional.
Yeah.
And I understand that as well. So,
Yes, but there
Right.
is two Japanese women come to the meeting who actually helped by American soldier
During the
yes.
flood.
during the
Yeah.
flood.
Oh, really?
Yes,
How old are they now? Were they there when it happened?
yes. Normally,
Yeah.
Japanese live same place where they are born and grow, but these
Uh-huh.
days they move around. But that kind of generation,
They must have been young girls at the time.
yes, they are elementary school kids, and they
Mhm.
remember. And we American military came to pump out the water in a tunnel which is connected to the mainland and the Kyushu. Because Japan at that time, we don't have any resources to, after war, we don't have anything. We don't have a self-defense force. We learned about history because of the Korean War. And also during occupation, there's many bases in Japan, but we don't know American soldiers gonna help the Japanese people during the flood.
Mhm.
This should be known to the Japanese too.
Yes. I agree.
So we're gonna give a little history class.
That's good.
Yes.
It was after the war, but I don't know if you were interested in, if your audience wants to know this or not. My dad did not fight in the Pacific. He was
Yes.
fighting in Germany. So he was fighting Nazis in Germany. He became a prisoner of war in Germany. So he never fought the Japanese, but that's kind of beside the point because he was never prejudiced. Against German people, Japanese people, or anything. He never expressed any prejudice when he was raising us.
Great. Yes.
Yep.
So.
Well, I'll say goodbye. Very nice to see you.
Very nice to see you. Thank you.
Thanks for all your help. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure because it's a great honor.
Yep.
I can't believe how much she has done. It's amazing.
I know. I'm amazed too.
I've been telling him.
She's been telling me quite often.
Yeah. I'm glad finally I can meet you. You a beloved one.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you in a little bit.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
So maybe we should quickly finish.
Okay.
Okay. And then, そうですね. This is a sum up, Setsuko-san. She worked for American, for you, especially for you. And he took care of you and also sang a Japanese song. And then you still thank her.
I do.
Yes.
Actually, she taught us, my brother and I both were taught to speak Japanese. Well, at the time we were there, we both spoke Japanese. My dad would say, oh, I would come in and you'd just be chatting away in Japanese.
Yes.
Two little kids.
Yes, kids learn so quickly. Yes.
Yeah, at that age, it's easy to learn a language. So I'm so sorry that we didn't practice it. Of course, when we came back to the United States, nobody was speaking Japanese over here. But it would be nice to speak it right now. I would sure like if I could read it and speak it. But she taught us Japanese and took care of us. She was just wonderful. I mean, she was basically our mom for that time. So it meant a great deal.
Yes.
A great deal because we were so young.
Yeah, they will be happy to hear that she was like your mom. And then also, I just add, your stay in Japan is kind of good memory, right?
Yes.
Or bad memory, it's a good memory.
It's good. It's all good.
Yeah, it was all good memories. And then the last sentence is, Setsuko-san might be your mother or your grandmother or your great-grandmother. So, and then we're looking for Setsuko-san. So after Kamishibai, maybe we can talk about Sachiko-san, Setsuko-san. Is that okay?
Sure, yes.
So this is, so Peggy-san, what would I said to them, because for Japan is one of your hometown, right?
Is what?
Your second hometown, Ashia.
I guess you could say that we, in the military, we live in a lot of different places.
Oh, yes, you.
Not just Japan, but we also went to Panama where I went to high school.
Oh, yes. How many places?
Oh, golly.
Maybe.
I'd have to think about that.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years you move.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Japanese policeman too. Okay. はい、それから、So Peggy, would you like to share your memories in Asia, in Japan, right?
Yes, I would.
Yes. And then I can translate, and then I think about the subtitle or how to about the Kamishiba English translation.
Okay.
Okay. I got the permission to use the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. じゃあ、Peggy さん, would you like to say anything in Japanese?
I'm gonna have to practice.
ありがとう。Maybe thank you. Or ありがとうご
Let's
ざい
see. Let me see. I wrote a note here
ます。
because I was trying to look up. Would it be どうもありがとうございます? どうも
ありがとうございます。Yes.
Okay. Because arigato is too casual, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Appropriate. ありがとうございます。
Yeah. So I don't want to be rude.
Yes. ありがとうございます is a present. And then when you mention about 節子さん、節子さん、ありがとうございました。Past tense, you can change ます into ました。
ました。
Yes. But in the beginning, maybe you can say どうもありがとうございます for having this meeting. Maybe.
Okay.
And the ending is ありがとうございました。
ました。
Yeah, when the meeting was over. Yes.
At the end. Okay.
And then we'd like to sing 雨雨ふれふれ母さんが but Japan had a big flood and then some people died. So maybe it's not on live on stream. Maybe we would like to sing after the recording.
You want me to sing?
No, we will sing for you, maybe. I don't know, because I think it was very sad, but the words, the first verse is when it rains, your mom come and pick you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's why Setsuko-san sing for you. I thought that second and the third was a little sad. Somebody who doesn't have mom to come and bring umbrella. But the first verse is mom can come and bring you an umbrella. So
Very sweet.
Yes, so that's why.
It's also very symbolic, isn't it? Because when the rain came, the flood came.
Yes.
And then somebody came to help in the flood.
Yes.
Two stories very similar.
Right. そうですね。Okay. じゃあ。
What is that?
Do you have any request to having this meeting?
No. I am just overwhelmed with what you're doing and what you've done. I can't really find the words to thank you.
No, that's good. And then also for the women, they spend 2 years to make that kamishibai.
Wow.
They asked the people who experienced the flood and write it down, find the right word, because they believe they have to, because Ongamachi, that town was surrounded by 3 rivers. Onga, I forgot the name of the rivers, but they are surrounded by 3 rivers. So they have to always alert and also think how they can survive and live along with rivers.
Yeah.
At that flood, they are very proud of they don't have anybody died because the communication of their community was close enough. So this is
amazing for that time period.
Yes, it's as 3 meters high. It's a 9 feet or 10 feet high. Okay.
So it's really remarkable that they were able to communicate so well back then in the 1950s.
Yes.
Even now with our great electronics and communications that we have, people die in floods here. You know, it's very hard to survive. Yes. That's quite impressive that they survived so well, so long ago.
So, じゃあ、one more thing. Peggy, would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
Okay.
I would like for you to introduce me.
Okay, yes. はい、じゃあ、Peggy さん。Peggy, I will translate your English, and I think I am okay. But if I made a mistake, I won't, but please use a simple English.
Okay.
Okay. And I have one lady who is going to translate Japanese into English, but she feels a little bit sick today now.
Okay.
But no worries, Japanese, and we have one more translator. So.
Oh, good. Okay.
ということで、じゃあ、well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your cooperation.
I'm so happy to do it. I wish I could do a better job. I wish I weren't so young when I left Japan so I could remember more. I wish we had more pictures.
No, that's fine. But they are, no, please accept their kindness in return. And also, I don't know. We discuss later, okay? どうしようかな。I have two person with me. One is who is living in Fukuoka, that prefecture. He let me know there is a kamishibai in that town, and he is helping and he's contacting. He's looking for some pictures or contact to the American military too, like me. And one lady, she's a translator. She used to work for American consulate in Fukuoka. And she studied 3 years high school or maybe high school, college in America.
Okay.
And one is a young lady, high school student. She lived in Dallas and I taught her English while she was in Japan, in the States.
Okay.
So this story should be handed to the next generation. That's why I invited her and to this meeting.
Okay, great.
はい、じゃあまた。じゃあまた is see you then. はい、じゃあまた。
Okay,
And
thank
then,
you.
yes. Oh, please do not upset. And during the live streaming, everybody wear a mask or maybe transparent mask or sealed.
Okay, seals maybe would better.
Yeah, seals are better. Yeah, I negotiated it because we are used to face-to-face with that mask in the States. So, and then also this is a meeting after 68 years, like a meeting Japan. So please join 9:30. So maybe we have 3 minutes before the live stream start, so we can see each other.
You mean 7:30? Wait.
Yes, 7:30. Yes.
7:30. Yeah.
So you won't feel so nervous, and already you become emotional, and then we can start for the live.
Good luck.
Yes.
I'll try not to disappoint you.
No, you just yourself. Just the people want to say just thank you. Instead of Setsuko-san, you can say thank you to those people. That's enough. And that's for the Japanese people. As everybody appreciate Americans' help. Yes. ということで。
I'm glad we're all still friends with the Japanese.
じゃあ、
Yeah.
now then, see you later.
Okay, thank you so much.
ありがとうございました。Thank you so much.
Yes, I must. Wait, I gotta practice.
はい、じゃあやりましょう。
ありがとう。
いや、you can practice. どうもありがとう。
ありがとうございます。
ございます。Yes, ございました。
What's that?
No, that's okay.
It's terrible.
And then, please, I will ask you to say something for Japanese people. So you say like a thank you and also memory too. You can say anything.
Okay.
Because this is a very, thanks to Zoom, we can get together.
Yeah, that is great.
Yes.
wonderful use of technology for sure.
Yes, wonderful technology. I didn't like technology, but I really appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. It's great when it works.
Yes.
And this is a great use for it. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. じゃあ、ペギーさん、good night.
Good night.
はい、さよなら。
Sayonara.
Yes.